Hi students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Milwani and today we'll be doing this chapter called as electrostatics. Let's continue with the numericals, guys. Take down please. Two capacitors of 4 microfarad, two capacitors of 4 microfarad and 8 microfarad of 4 microfarad and 8 microfarad are connected in parallel. The combination is connected to 9 volts battery. What is the equivalent capacitance of the combination? Second, what is the potential difference across each capacitor? Third, what is the charge on each capacitor? Let's assume that the equivalent capacitance is Cp. So I can say Cp is C1 plus C2 since they are in parallel. So this will be nothing but 4 plus 8, that is 12 microfarad, right? So you found out the equivalent capacitance in parallel. Next, potential difference of 9 volt. What is the potential difference across each capacitor, right? Now since this is a parallel combination, since C1 and C2 are connected in parallel, we know that in a parallel circuit potential difference is constant. If potential difference is constant, then I can say that potential drop across C1 is say V1, which will be equal to 9 volts, and across C2 is V2, which will also be 9 volts. Next, what is the charge on each capacitor? Charge Q1, Q is equal to CV. So C1V we know is 4 into 10 raised to minus 6 into V, 9 4s are 36 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulombs. Q2 is C2V, C2 is 8 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 9, 72 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulombs, right? That will be the charge on each capacitance. Next, take down next one please. Two capacitors of capacitance 4 microfarad and 6 microfarad. Two capacitors of capacitance 4 microfarad and 6 microfarad are connected in series. Find the equivalent capacitance. Of the combination. If potential difference of 100 volts is applied across the combination, what is the potential difference across each capacitor? Find the capacitance of the capacitor to be connected in combination. Find the capacitance of the capacitor to be connected in combination. in order that common potential difference across them is reduced, in order that common potential difference across them is reduced, common potential difference across them is reduced to 40 volts. Now, first thing they've asked you to find out capacitance in series. Capacitance in series is C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2, right? So you should be able to get the capacitance in series. That's the first part of the question. Second part of the question, they are saying that if a potential difference of 100 volts is connected across the combination, what is the potential difference across each of the capacitor? Now, if the two capacitors are connected in series across 100 volts, let us assume that the potential drop across the first capacitor is V1 and the potential drop across the second capacitor is V2. This is V. So from the diagram I can definitely say that V is equal to V1 plus V2, right? Now, I can also say that since they are in series, the charge, I can say that since C1 and C2 are in series, therefore I can say that charge on C1 should be equal to charge on C2. Charge, that is Q1, should be equal to Q2. Q is equal to CV. Therefore I can say that C1 V1 should be equal to C2 V2, right? So in which case I can say that V1 upon V2 is C1 upon C2, right? So I could say V1 is C1 upon C2 into V2, cross multiply, substitute this value, therefore I can say that V, which is equal to V1 plus V2, V is 100, is V1, C1 upon C2 into V2 plus V2, V2 is all.
So that V2 by V1 will come. C1 by
V1 upon V2 is C2 upon C1. C2 upon C1. V1 upon V2 is C2 upon C1. So V1 will be equal to C2 into V2 upon C1. So when you substitute this, you will get the value of V2 and V1. Last thing they have asked you to find out is, find the capacitance of the capacitor to be connected across the combination in order that the common potential difference between them is reduced to 40 volts. Right? Now, we have already found out the effective capacitance in series. We have already found out the effective capacitance in series. I can say that effective capacitance in series is CS, right? Now, what will be the charge stored on CS? What will be the charge stored in the combination? Charge Q is equal to CV. So CS, so the total charge that will be stored is going to be CS into V. Once I know the total charge, I can say that, let us assume that capacitor, let capacitor CX be connected across them. Let's assume that capacitor CX is connected across the combination. Therefore now the potential difference they've said is 40 volts, right? So in that case I can say that effective capacitance is nothing but Q upon V. Q you already found out, V is 40 volts, so CS into 100 is your Q upon V is 40. So you will come to know what is the effective capacitance, right? Since CX is connected in parallel, let's call this effective capacitance as CE. Therefore, I can say CE will be CX plus CP, CX plus CS I know CS, I have found out CE, so I'll come to know the effective capacitance that, or the capacitor that should be connected so that the potential difference is reduced to 40 volts. The answer for this should be CX should be 3.6 microfarad. Next, take on next one please. Give it a second. Next, third sub. Capacitors of 5 and 10 farad. Capacitors of 5 and 10 farad are connected in parallel. Capacitors of 5 and 10 farad are connected in parallel with a cell of EMF 2 volts. With a cell of EMF 2 volts. What should be the capacity of the capacitor connected in series? What should be the capacity of the capacitor connected in series to get 1 coulomb charge flowing through the circuit? To get 1 coulomb charge flowing through the circuit. Get a charge of 1 coulomb flowing through the circuit. Now, I can say that let's call this as circuit X. I can say that effective capacitance in X, Cx will be nothing but 5 plus 10, that is 15 microfarad, no 15 farads. Right? That will be my effective capacitance in X. Now, let's assume that this capacitor says C. The capacitor which is connected in series is C. Now, since C and Cx are in series, let effective capacitance equal to Cs. Therefore, Cs will be C into Cx upon C plus Cx. Right? Now, this will be 15C upon 15 plus C. Right? Now, once you have this, I can say, but we know that the total charge in the circuit is going to be Cs into V. Right? Total charge in the circuit is, I can say, therefore Cs is Q upon V. Q we know is 1 coulomb and V we know is 1 upon 2. So I can therefore say, if I substitute, I have Cs is equal to 15C upon 15 plus C. So Q upon V is 15C upon 15 plus C. Q I know, V I know. 15C upon 15 plus C. I get the value of C. Right? When you solve this, you should get this answer as, answer is C should be 15 upon 29 farad. Next, take our next one please. How much work is done? How much work is done? How much work is done to charge a 12 microfarad, to charge a 12 microfarad capacitor to a potential of 250 volts? To charge a 12 microfarad capacitor to a potential of 250 volts. Right? Work done is half CV square. You know CV, straightforward sum. The answer for this sum should be 0.375 joules. Right? Take on next up please. An air capacitor has a capacity, an air capacitor has a capacity of 50 microfarad, has a capacity of 50 microfarad and a potential of 200 volts. If the area of each plate is 10 centimeter square, if the area of each plate is 10 centimeter square, and the distance between the plates is 0.1 millimeter, and the distance between the plates is 0.1 millimeter, find the energy per unit volume. Find the energy per unit volume. I can say that energy is equal to work is equal to half CV square. CNV is given to you. Volume is nothing but area into height. Therefore, energy per unit volume is nothing but work upon volume. So that is nothing but half CV square upon A into D. Right? You have all the four values, straight multiplication, we should get the answer. The answer for this sum should be 10 raised to 7 joules per meter square. Next, take our next sum please. A capacitor carries a charge. A capacitor carries a charge. A capacitor carries a charge of 16 microcoulombs. A capacitor carries a charge of 16 microcoulombs and a potential of 100 volts. What is its capacitance? And how much energy is stored in the capacitor? What is its capacitance and how much energy is stored in the capacitor? And how much energy is stored in the capacitor? 100 volts. Right? Now I can say Q is equal to CV, therefore I can say C is equal to Q upon V. So I'll come to know the value of the capacitance. Next, they have asked you to find out how much energy is stored in the capacitor. Energy U is equal to half CV square. C I know, V I know. I can substitute and get the answer. The answer for this should be energy stored in the capacitor should be equal to 0.8 millijoules. Next, take on next sum please. Two capacitors of 5 microfarad each. Two capacitors of 5 microfarad each are connected to an EMF of 180 volts. What combination will give maximum energy? What combination will give maximum energy? What will be the value of maximum energy? What will be the value of maximum energy? And what is the charge on each condenser? And what is the charge on each condenser for that combination? what is the charge on each condenser for that combination. Let's assume that the effective capacitance in series is CS. So CS will be nothing but C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. So that is 5 into 5 upon 5 plus 5. That's 5 into 5 upon 10. 1s are 2s are 2.5 microfarad. Let's assume that the effective capacitance in parallel is say Cp. So I can say Cp is C1 plus C2. So in that case that is 5 plus 5, that is 10 microfarad. Right? Now from this discussion it is very clear that Cp, therefore I can say that Cp is greater than Cs. Right? What are they asking you to find out? Energy. We also know that energy is equal to half Cv square. That means I can therefore say that energy is directly proportional to capacitance. Since Cp is greater than Cs, therefore I can say that energy in parallel will be greater than energy in series. So what combination will give me maximum energy? Energy in parallel, when the capacitors are connected in parallel, that will give me maximum energy. What will be the maximum energy? Half Cp V square. Voltage is given to you. They have also asked you to find out the charge on each capacitor. Now we know that Q is equal to Cv. So I can say that Q1 will be equal to C1V and Q2 will be equal to C2V. So that will also give me the charge on each capacitor. The answer for this sum should be, energy will be 0.162 joules and Q1 is 900 microcoulombs and Q2 is 900 microcoulombs. Next, take on next one please. Electric energy is to be stored. Electric energy is to be stored at a station in which 5,000 condensers are connected in parallel. 5,000 condensers are connected in parallel. The capacity of each condenser is 200 microfarad. The system is to be charged. With a potential difference of 50 kilovolts. The system is to be charged with a potential difference of 50 kilovolts, which cost 1 per kilowatt hour. Find the cost of storing. Find the cost of storing. Find the cost of storing. Now, since the capacitors are connected in parallel, therefore total capacitance CT will be N times C. So I'll come to know my total capacitance. Once I know the total capacitance, then I can find out the total energy U. U is equal to half CV square. So this will be CTV square. Once I know the energy, I have energy. Now I can say that 1 kilowatt hour is nothing but 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules, right? So in that case, I can therefore say that cost of storing is going to be U divided by 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 into the rate, which is 1. So if I know what is the cost of charging those 5000 capacitors, the answer for this sum should be 347.2 rupees. Next, take down next sum please. Calculate the heat generated. Calculate the heat generated when a capacitor. Calculate the heat generated when a capacitor of 220 microfarad. Calculate the heat generated when a capacitor of 220 microfarad is charged to 100 volts through a resistance of 2 ohms. Heat generated, U, is going to be nothing. Heat generated is going to be equal to energy, which is U, which is equal to half CV square. C is given to you, V is given to you. You should get the answer. The answer for this sum should be 1 joule. Next, take on next sum please. Energy stored in a system. Energy stored in a system consisting of two capacitors. Connected in series across a 2 kilovolt line, is 4 joules. Right? When the two capacitors are connected in parallel, when the two capacitors are connected in parallel, the energy is 18 joules. Find the capacitance of the capacitors. Find the capacitance of the capacitors. Find the capacitance of the capacitors. Find the capacitance of the capacitor. Let C1 and C2 be the capacitors. Equivalent capacitance in series. Equivalent capacitance in series CS. CS is C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2, which is given to you or which is not given to you, right? Potential difference is given to you. Now they are saying that energy in series should be half CV square. Energy in series is given to you as 4 is equal to half CS into V. V is given to me. US is going to be half. US is given to me as 4 joules. Is half CS into V square. V is given to you as 2 kV. 2 into 10 raised to 3 the whole square. So in that case you will get this as 4 into 2 upon 2 into 10 raised to 3 the whole square is CS. This is 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 is C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. Once you have this, then I can say, let us assume that effective, call this as equation 1. Effective capacitance in parallel. Let us assume that effective capacitance in parallel is Cp. Cp is C1 plus C2, right? Now, in that case, energy in parallel will be half Cv square. Energy in parallel is given to you as 18 is half Cp into V square, 2 into 10 raised to V the whole square. So I'll get 18 into 2 upon 2 into 10 raised to 3 the whole square is equal to Cp, right? So this is going to be 18 into 2 upon 4 into 10 raised to 6 is C1 plus C2, right? 1s are 2s are 1s are 9s are 9 into 10 raised to minus 6 is C1 plus C2, right? Now I can therefore say I have the value of C1 plus C2, I have the value of capacitance in series as well as capacitance in parallel, right? Now substitute this value in equation 1. Substitute in equation 1, in which I get 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 is C1 C2 upon 9 into 10 raised to minus 6. So in that case you will get 18 into 10 raised to minus 12 is C1 C2. Therefore I can say that C1 is C2 upon 18 into 10 raised to minus 12, right, if I cross multiply. But they have given you that C1 plus C2, but C1 plus C2 effective capacitance in parallel we have found out as effective capacitance in parallel is 9 into 10 raised to minus 6. So instead of C1 I can write C2 upon 18 into 10 raised to minus 12 plus C2 is nothing but 9 into 10 raised to minus 6, right? I can solve this equation, I can take C2 common, in which case I will get 10 raised to 12 upon 18 plus 1 is 9 into 10 raised to minus 6. Take 18 on the other side, you should be able to get this answer, 10 raised to 12. Right? Simplify this, you will get the answer, as, the answer for this sum should be C1 is going to be 3 microfarad and C2 is going to be 6 microfarad. That's your answer. Next, take down next sum please. Find the energy stored in the circuit. Find the energy stored in the circuit. C1, C2, C3, C4. Right? They give you that C1 is 5 microfarad, C2 is 20 microfarad, C3 is 20 microfarad and C4 is 10 microfarad. Now I can say that C2 and C3 are in series, therefore effective capacitance, we call that as CS. So therefore I can say CS is C2 C3 upon C2 plus C3. So that is going to be 20 into 20 upon 20 plus 20, that is 40. So this is going to be CS is going to be 10 microfarad. Now CS is in parallel with C4. CS and C4 are in parallel. Therefore I can say that effective capacitance, let's call that as Cp. So in that case I can say that Cp is going to be equal to C4 plus CS. C4 is given to you as 10 plus CS you just found out as 10. So that's 20 microfarad, right? Once you have this, then I can say that Cp and C1 are in series, Therefore, effective capacitance let's call this as Cx. So Cx will be nothing but Cp into C1 upon Cp plus C1. Cp you found out as 20 into C1 is given to you as 5 upon 20 plus 5, 20 into 5 upon 25, 5 ones are 5 5s are 5 ones are 4s are 4 microfarad, right? Once I know the capacitance, okay guys, in the sum they have given you that voltage is 1 kV. So 1 into 10 raised to 3V, that's given to you in the sum. So I can find out the energy half CV square. So this is half 4 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 1 into 10 raised to 3 the whole square. When you solve this, you will get the answer as 2 joules. 2 joules of energy is stored in the system. Right? This finishes this chapter. We'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.